Oh no, he's turning into a beard too.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh yeah!
Hello friends and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up if you want. Today we're diving into r/NeckbeardStories. Yes, indeed. It actually comes from our personal subreddit, r/ReddX reads, but don't worry about that none too much, where the cringe come from, as long as we get it. Today we've got Fluidbeard. When you combine beards and fluids, you know it's going to be nasty. But I'll tell you something that's not nasty. We got our very first sponsor for the channel over the weekend. And honestly, our first sponsor is something that I am very passionate about. And they really couldn't be more related to the content that we cover on this channel quite regularly. We often see neckbeards bullying OPs who don't have the fortitude to stand up for themselves. We also see parents who aren't quite capable of dealing with the problems that these bullies create. Well, Bleakhaven Comics is partnering with Stand for the Silent to create a comic book that provides resources for kids being bullied, kids who are bullying, and the parents, of course, who need help with this bullying situation as well. Bullying can be a life or death situation. Our OPs, thankfully, make it through to the other side to tell their tales, but there are many others that don't. Suicide happens and it doesn't get talked about, which is a travesty. But we can share their stories. They are the silent ones in Stand for the Silent. I personally spent many years escaping into comic books that offered me some sense of control and empowerment that I just couldn't achieve in my everyday life. And if those comic books were somehow infused with guidance regarding how to handle a specific situation, I mean, that's a magic combination that can quite literally save lives. Bleakhaven has all kinds of cool stuff going on, including 2 book series, which are available now on their website, an audiobook podcast, which I've offered to lend my voice to, and a whole lot more. So please, check all that stuff out. You can help to bring these comics to life and help to spread the word about why kids bully others, what to do if you're being bullied, or even if your child is a bully. With your help, I hope that we can somehow shed some light onto a situation that desperately needs to be brought out into the open. Please visit the link at the very tippy top of the description if you can afford to donate.
And now, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, let's dive right into some of this NeckbeardStories cringe. Fluidbeard, the BACKBEARD. Oh my god, we got neckbeards, we got legbeards, now we got a backbeard? What's going on? The neckbeard science is expanding all the time. It's a beautiful thing to see. First up, we got trigger warnings, miscarriage, mental health issues, suicide, and if any of these subjects bother you, I advise you to go check out r/educational instead. I mean, suicide we just talked about. Mental health issues, today, the 10th of October, is National Mental Health Day. So I hope that you guys are taking some time out for yourselves, not necessarily even to watch ReddX videos, although that is a pretty cool thing to do. Maybe you enjoy drawing, maybe you enjoy video games, maybe you just want to go take a walk. You definitely should do it, just for yourself. Mental health always comes first. Well, due to binge watching the Unfortunate series, I heard the words dead baby. And I was unfortunately reminded of a backbeard that I briefly encountered years ago. Unfortunately is probably the worst adjective that I've ever heard. For anyone confused, that's me. A backbeard is my gender-neutral term for neckbeards, not to be confused with the female term legbeard. Huh. Gentle thems and mavadies? Is that what we're doing here? Well, I'll take it. I mean, I haven't heard anything about gender-neutral neckbeards quite yet, but I'm interested. You got me hooked. This tale is a short one, and one from some time ago, but hopefully I can keep it entertaining. I'll help you, OP, or at least try. OP, that's me, a 15 or 16-year-old at the time guy, recently kicked out of what used to be a friendly turned toxic group chat. Still very talkative, but now not taking shit from anyone. BF is my boyfriend. He has a minor role for this story, but it's still worth mentioning. P is for person. One of my boyfriend's friend. But also P for penis. What the fuck? Because at one point they acted like a dick. Total dick. And we couldn't use D because D is for dude, who is related to FB, who is Fluidbeard. D can't be dick because D is dude. All right, I think I hopefully got all that down, OP. That's a very succinct cast list. I got to thank you for that. And Fluidbeard was someone that thankfully OP only met through text. Our story starts with a socially awkward and insecure sophomore guy with a lack of any real friends. Surprisingly, that guy is not the BACKBEARD, but ROP. Although, who knows, maybe I was someone else's Neckbeard story without even realizing it. Yeah, that Neckbeard self-awareness, I'll tell you what. After a chat room that I had been in for a good 2 to 3 years had finally reached a toxic turn with some newer members, I was singled out as a verbal punching bag to hate on and then was eventually kicked out. What'd you do? They didn't do all that for no reason, OP. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Just facts, just facts. Months later, I was still unable to find a group to be a part of, and I had trouble with maintaining my in-real-life friendships, so I decided to try and become friends with my boyfriend's inner circle. OP, hey boyfriend, what are your friends like? Boyfriend, they're alright. Why? OP, is it okay if I talk to them? We were in a long-distance relationship at this time, so my only way to connect with him or his friends was through social media. Boyfriend, why? Why? Oh boy, I guess he's trying to keep this real secret or something. OP, so I can try and get to know him and maybe make some friends. Boyfriend, I don't know. OP, please, I'll behave. Puppy dog eyes. Boyfriend, okay, fine. And he gives their Instagrams. OP, thank you. And thus, I began my quest to make some friends. I followed their Instagrams and started some conversations. Overall, it was alright. Some conflicts of nature here and there, but overall, alright. I'm gonna need some descriptions about these interactions, OP. You acting just like the slightest bit sus, you know what I'm saying? Conflicts of nature, I got kicked out of my friend group. Why? Why? Details, man. One of these people that I met was P. Someone that I didn't particularly like, but also didn't hate. They will be relevant later. Now let's jump to sometime later. Fluidbeard is now following you. Eventually, my befriending my boyfriend's friends led to my Instagram leading me to the friends of those friends' pages. And one of those friends of friends was Fluidbeard. I noticed that they followed me and were following people that I semi-knew, so I had no qualms about following them back. And that was a mistake. That's what it was, a big mistake. Originally, it started off pretty normally. Fluidbeard, hello. OP, hi. Fluidbeard, how are you? OP, I'm good. You? Fluidbeard, good. OP, that's good. Do I know you? Are you friends with boyfriend? Fluidbeard, yeah. I saw your profile and wanted to say hi. OP, oh, well, hi again. I like how this is the conversation that we get. Super innocuous, slightly awkward first meeting, but I'm still wondering about the kicking out of the friend group and stuff like this. Come on, OP. I don't mean to push, but I'm gonna push. Anyways, thus it begins. After that odd encounter, we actually chatted pretty smoothly for a few days. But then, things started to change. As they do, neckbeards take the mask off, there you go. It started when I called them a she and was corrected. Something that confused me because earlier in our convo they used it for themselves. According to them, they were gender fluid, and that they
flowed from one gender to the next.
Now, maybe an unknowing, uncontroversial cis person would have accepted this and went on with the convo, but this struck me as odd. I'm a trans guy, and I've had an inkling that something was off since early elementary school, but I finally had a term for it in about late 7th grade. I've now graduated high school and am still quite dysphoric. My experiences do not count for everyone, but I did and do believe that you need gender dysphoria in order to be trans. It's the clear, distinct difference between what makes someone a drag queen versus a trans woman. Yeah, I don't know nothing about this. I can't throw my 2 cents in anywhere. For a trans person, dressing up as the opposite gender is not for the sake of just because, but it's because something compels us to do so. It's more natural to us than being in our natural bodies, as weird as that might sound. So we experience dysphoria when not being that way. And with that said, I can't accept that it fluctuates so much that it's almost a 180. Gender dysphoria can fluctuate in severity from day to day, but not as severely as Fluidbeard was depicting. I do believe that they might have had some other mental illnesses, which I've heard can be misdiagnosed as gender dysphoria, but personally I saw the gender fluid thing to be a red flag. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But regardless, I was not so starry-eyed at the potential of a new friend at this point. Now I was waiting and watching to see what the hell else they might say. Are you gatekeeping gender dysphoria, OP? Yeah, this is the experience that I have, but it's different from what you're describing, so you're definitely lying. Like, is it so very difficult to believe someone for the sake of kindness? They're saying that they are this way. Hey, I guess that they are this way. You don't go, oh, that's not my experience. Come on, dude. You're a trans guy, but that's not my experience, and I'm not going to attack you for it. So far, I've seen little to nothing wrong with this neckbeard. Slightly awkward, but I guess we'll see how things progress. And of course, it did not take long until the next flag was a-waving. I learned of their age. I believe it was 23 at the time, a good 7 years older than I was at the time. My boyfriend tried to reassure me that he has older friends and they've all been pretty chill, so I shouldn't judge Fluidbeard so quickly. For the time being, I decided to give them the benefit of the doubt and just continue talking to him. We continued talking, and eventually our conversations turned weird. They weren't specifically sexual towards me, but they made claims bragging about sleeping
with hundreds of people and being able to sleep with whoever they want.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Chief. Them talking so openly about their sex life and body, despite supposedly being trans, was very off-putting to me and made me uncomfortable, so eventually I got on with life and our conversation slowed to a stop. Are trans people not supposed to be comfortable with their sex life and their body? I don't understand, dude. OP is like gatekeeping this so hard. Granted, the beard is definitely awkward and I don't want to hear about any of that, but it's not egregious, at least not as egregious as OP's making it out to be. And also, keep in mind this is all online, and the block button is right there. Anyways, time passes. A few weeks, or maybe even months. I'm not that great with time. And then I got a text from Fluidbeard. Fluidbeard,
hey, guess what?
OP, what? Fluidbeard,
I had a miscarriage.
Okay. When I received their first message, I thought it was good, exciting news. That was how they carried themselves throughout the entire conversation. It made me sick, however, to know that the object of their excitement was actually towards a dead child of theirs. We talked a smidge more. I was let in on the fact that they were on drugs and that they were moving in with another sort of friend of my boyfriend, another story that I might write about if I remember enough, and that they were going to hold a funeral for the baby and such. I don't know if I was just being naive about how grief works or just being too cynical from past friendships, but at that point, I was 100% sure that they were either lying and pulling some horrible joke, or truthful and just such a horrible person that they actually derived pleasure from the whole situation and the attention that they got from it. I wasn't sure which one it was, but I was done with them. I can't remember if it was that day or a different one, but I eventually cut ties with them officially. It's so hard to judge this stuff through text. Like, honestly, they might have been using caps and exclamation points to express their anguish, and OP walked away at a possible time of need for them. You know what I mean? I just don't know, man. I want to be on OP's side, but I'm still getting those sus vibes. You know what I'm saying? I wish that were the end, both for their sake and mine. Sometime later, I got a message from someone on my Instagram, a total stranger, that was interested in the art that I posted and was considering commissioning me. We talked for some time, and we were actually on really good terms. But then I recounted my story of Fluidbeard. OP, they were awful. I am glad that it's over. Dude.
Oh, wow. That does sound bad, but yeah, totally good it's over. By the way, is it okay if I show my cousin your art?
OP, sure. What's their name? I wouldn't mind talking to them about it if they ended up interested. Dude.
Oh, it's Fluidbeard.
OP. Wait, for real? Dude,
yeah. Why?
Small world. OP. That's the same name as the person that I was just telling you about. Dude, that is so insane. Dude.
Ha ha ha. Yeah.
OP. Sorry for asking, but where are they from? Fluidbeard was from a place. Dude.
That's where my cousin lives.
OP. Do you know their Instagram? The horror music in the background is rising. Dude.
Yeah.
OP. Can you send it? Dude.
Sure.
And he sends the page. OP. Oh. Dude.
What?
OP. That is them. That's Fluidbeard. After confirming that it was one and the same person, I asked more about what was up with them and if the whole miscarriage thing was real. I was told that it was real, and more was said about their drug use and sleeping in other people's houses and such. Honestly, though, I still was and still am confused on the probability of just coincidentally being messaged by someone about my art, only for them to be related to Fluidbeard. I can't tell if it was just the worst luck in the universe or something planned. Either way, it ended up slowly souring my relationship with that dude. I guess the commission didn't happen then. I can't remember how or why, but Fluidbeard did message me again. Maybe prompted by dude, maybe on their own whim, or maybe I felt bad about assuming the miscarriage was made up and wanted to make amends. I truly do not recall, but I remember why we parted ways once again. This final time around, Fluidbeard was very frantic to be my friend again. They wanted to be my friend to a scary degree. I thought about our past interactions, them being a possibly mentally unstable adult in their 20s who seemed way too eager to share all about their sex life to a lower-classman high schooler. I decided that I definitely did not want to be their friend. Their eagerness was really off-putting and made me think that there were sinister undertones, maybe even pedophilic intentions. So eventually, I blocked them. I told my boyfriend about this, and he thought that
I was just a bit too unforgiving about the age difference.
Oh no, he's turning into a beard too. But he didn't pressure me into unblocking Fluidbeard. Person, on the other hand, bet you forgot about them, huh? Yeah, maybe, not really. Person, hey OP. OP, yeah. Person, why don't you want to be Fluidbeard's friend? The audacity of this bitch to go and try and snitch on me to our semi-mutual friend to manipulate me into being their friend? Otherworldly, man. OP, I didn't feel comfortable with it. They're much older than I am and way too eager to be my freaking friend despite me saying no, and it just creeps me out. Person, but they really want you to be their friend. They're like absolutely heartbroken without you. OP, I said no. I just really don't want to. Person, come on, they said they need a friend right now, and they really miss you. Person's getting beardy too. OP, I said no. Person, why you like this? You're such a dick. Shortly after, I blocked Person as well. Anyone who couldn't respect that I didn't feel safe in that situation and was willing to see me as the villain for saying so is not somebody that I want to be around. Well, you should have just done this with Fluidbeard like way early on. Getting those bad vibes, you're just like, okay, bye. So in the first half of the story, I'm thinking that OP is a little sus. In the second half, I'm thinking that the beard's pretty sus. But there's no conclusive evidence, really, on anything. So it's curious. Epilogue. About a year goes by with no word about Fluidbeard until one day when my boyfriend gets a text message from his group chat. Everyone was frantic, talking about a suicide that had happened. My boyfriend was a bit on edge, and I was feeling a bit hopeless, being still long distance and unable to console him. The day passes, and finally it gets revealed to me who had died. Fluidbeard. I don't know how they died, nor would it be proper of me to speculate. I just know that at the time, I was a whole mess of conflicted emotions. I wanted to console my boyfriend, but I couldn't. And even if I could, I'm not sure how well I would have done with that. On top of that, the deceased was someone that I had both pleasant and disturbing chats with, someone that I had assumed was a liar, a manipulator, and even a possible groomer, and now they're just dead. It's interesting to both despise and sympathize for someone. They seem to have had a pretty rocky life for the short time that they were here. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I had stayed their friends. Could I have possibly helped prevent their untimely demise? Would I have become a victim of grooming? I almost was once before. Again, story for another time. Or maybe I would have just been a helpless bystander to their self-destruction, but with their eventual death having an even bigger emotional impact on me. I don't know, but this is the end. This is the tale of Fluidbeard. What the hell, dude? What the hell? That was a wild fucking ride that we just took. And I'm not sure 100% how to feel about it either. I think Fluidbeard definitely was having some problems. Could have done with far more sympathy than OP was willing to offer. But I do understand that OP had their reasons for turning them away and not wanting to be involved. As I often say, you can't save them all, but you can definitely offer kindness where it's needed. I do think that OP assumed far too much about Fluidbeard, and Fluidbeard could have done with some kindness, but I don't think that that would have staved off the eventual inevitability. But that shouldn't keep us from trying, at least in my opinion. Oh, man. What a mixed bag. I do hope that you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope you like, comment, and or subscribe if you did. Maybe share the video around. Check out them links in the description. Yes, indeed, the Bleak Haven sponsorship is down there, along with all of our other usual plugs, playlists, and podcasts. You know how we do. We've also got my social medias, Twitter, Discord, Facebook. Come on through, say hello, I'd appreciate it. And of course, my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons. And I would like to thank them as I do every video, so thank you very much.
White Bear, Bun Whitey Pants, Jarhead Jerry, yay! River Jerry, DSM Kirby, Aaron W, Twisted Child, Delicious Jelly Donut, Cinema Susie, Fire Drake, Gigabot, hey, Jerry! Limousin, Mr. Anime Mega Fan, Silo Revolver, the Jerry behind the slaughter, watch out! Magdalene Marshall Thornrose, Captain Clown Jerry, Hong Kong, Jerry Kitsune, Jerry Satori, yeah! Little Elmo, Vanilla Mel, Roustower, Princess Jerry, that's a new one. Not the first female Jerry, but the first female Jerry that's identifiable, I think. Anunnaki, Asian Persuasion Jerry, yeah! Assassin Pug Mom, Bitch Gremlin, Commander A Tank, Dinosaur Nightlight, Disposable Waifu, Aaron Lennox, Gypsy, Hadrian BR, Heathcliff, Hypno Greek God Jerry, not Pokemon. What the hell is that? He's not Pokemon. He's the Greek god of sleep, okay? Not Pokemon. Let's be specific. A pimp named J. Crisp, J.M. Coon. Jerry with an I, that is a different Jerry. The original Jerry, Jerry! Jerry who got the marble rolling. That's right, here we go. It ain't never gonna stop now. John Hero, Sim Booflick as if you're boofing is free, Miss Monday, Lexi Loves Jojo, Lord Lionel, Lori Ellis, Jack and True, Melgar the Destroyer, Mitch, Murphle Baker, Mr. Jerry, my boy Nat Nick, Natari, Lady Nix, Nightmare Jerry, Origami Jerry, gotta fold the ball. I love when we get two Jerrys next to each other. It tickles me. Phantom of the Pines, Katiekin, Sidestep, Rosemary Miller, Cider Drinker, Serrated Ass, Staples, Yeet, Stephanie Goodner, Synaptic Boomstick, Brilliant Tomato, Tapioca Boogaloo, Tato Ferret, That Bug, The One Two Fusky, Treeberg, Wilmax, yet another different Jerry. That's true. Zero Blacktail, Kira M, Kittikin, Redwing, Goose Honk, Not a Viper, Saint Blessing, John Indoors, 211 Jerry. Adorable Jerry, a different Jerry. That's 3 Jerrys in a row. It's the new high schooler. Amara, A Roxers, Banish Knight, Babushka's Irradiated Jerry. I can't breathe. Oh, Cake Jerry, the original different Jerry, California Jerry Girl. That's 3 more Jerrys in a row. Good God, dude. Chris Meska, Cinnamon Bunny Dog, Crip Jerry, Cuban Jerry, Devon Jerry. That's 3 squared Jerrys in a row. Add that up. Do the math on that. You guys are beautiful. Ghost of Alpha, KJW, Kachow, Lapichi Jerry. Oh, Life of a Guardian, Little Edwards, maybe next Jerry. Milkman Kim, Miss Duchess, Origami Kim, Princess Rosalie, Ghosty, Ryga, Raptor Art, Spoonie the Rogue, Steampunk Ellie, the Necro Jerry Con, the original Jerry, who is not the original Jerry. Token Black Jerry. We've also got Hydra Jerry down there somewhere. And it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Brothers, swearsies, it's just a fact.
The Patreon has just become like meme central, and I'm living for it. It's so good, you guys. Thank you so much for donating and just making it what it is. The video today, kind of serious, you know, but I ended up cracking myself up at the end, as usual, with the Jerry Swarm. So thanks to all my lovely patrons, all my lovely Jerrys. I do hope some other Jerrys or patrons will consider signing up on the Patreon, but if you can't afford to do it right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just want money from people who ain't gonna miss it, you know what I'm saying? And if you really ain't gonna miss it, then again, please go check out that Bleak Haven sponsorship down in the description. I'd love to see those anti-bullying comics come into life. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I hope that you'll come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow, but in order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there. Wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like watching some more ReddX videos. Yeah. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I shall see you in the next one, and until then, friends, bye-bye.